Sometimes meal prep can get a little boring, but today we're going to make it more desirable with some protein-packed pasta. I like the sound of that. Here to teach us how is Nancy Pavlik, owner of the Toasty Lemon. Great to have you back in our studio, Nancy.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's good that you're here because when I hear pasta, I don't necessarily think protein, but today you're teaching us how you can do this as you've rolled out meal prep at your catering shop.
Yeah, so we offer weekly meal preps, and this is one of our biggest hits.
Okay.
So anything that we make with pasta in it is always a hit.
Yeah, I have to say yes, yes, yes. Okay, so what do we do to get started? Is this a specific type of pasta?
So it's just on the bag, it will say protein plus or high protein.
Okay.
And this whole meal has about 50 grams of protein in it.
Okay,
so
yes.
The best thing about the pasta is you can pretty much add anything that you want to. This is an Italian style, so we're just gonna load it up.
Let's load it up. This looks so good already. If you guys could smell, you would understand what I mean. Okay, you want me to get started with the dressing here?
Sure, and so I kind of have the dressing ingredients laid out.
Okay.
You can always buy dressing if you'd like, but this is stuff that a lot of people have at home.
Okay.
So olive oil and red wine vinegar.
And pour all that you have in here?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yum. I love a homemade dressing. So it's kind of a vinaigrette?
Yes.
Okay, so olive oil, you said, correct. About how much was that?
That is a cup and a half.
A cup and a half of olive oil, okay. And
I'm not the best at measuring.
Girl, same. You just kind of measure with your eyes.
Yes.
Okay, and so after that is in there.
And then that was a half cup of the red wine vinegar.
Okay.
And then we have our garlic powder,
Yum.
a couple tablespoons worth.
I'm definitely gonna make this at home, Nancy.
Oh,
I'll
good.
send you a picture, see if you approve.
All right.
Okay.
And then some salt and pepper.
Yes, ma'am.
A couple tablespoons of that.
Okay.
And then we have our oregano.
Okay. This is so yummy.
And then the parsley.
Perfect. And we whisk this together?
Yes, ma'am. Whisk that
Okay.
together. And then you can pour it on these noodles and give it a good stir. I'm just cutting up some cucumber.
Okay. So once I stir, this is done. The dressing's done?
Yes.
Okay, wow, this looks delicious. Pour it in there. So you're slicing up cucumbers. What else goes into this? Like what other veggies could you add?
So I have tomatoes, there's red onion, banana peppers, and then I mixed up some mozzarella balls with diced up salami and pepperoni.
Wow, okay. I'm pouring the delicious part. I think one of the most delicious parts of what we're making right now is this dressing. Yummy. How much pasta should we make for like the week? Like this much? A big bowl?
So this, I used 2 bags of pasta. I think that you would only need 1.
Okay, okay.
And that should probably last you the whole week. And the best thing is that pasta just tastes better the longer that you have it in the fridge.
Totally.
Yes.
And when it's nice and chilled, such a great meal. Okay, so add
I'll
the
toss in these
Yes, and
cucumbers.
I'll keep tossing as well. All right, tell me a little bit about your catering services as well.
So we cater events. We're a big hit at weddings and baby showers, couple showers, things like that. And we focus a lot on presentation. We do charcuterie, sandwiches, pasta salads, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we just started doing the meal prep a few months ago, but it has been a big hit.
Yes, meal prep is so helpful and just saves us a lot of time for those of us who are on the go.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you can order weekly, and we have pickups at the store on Sunday and Monday, and then you're set for the week.
Okay. All right, Nancy. I'm really into this. What else is next?
All right. If you want to add in all of this and the Parmesan.
All of
we're
this
just gonna,
right here.
Yes.
Okay.
We're just going to keep loading it.
Yes, 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 absolutely. What inspires your recipes? We were talking, so Nancy's from Lavernia, so it's so neat because I'm like, does everyone know you in town? And she's like, yes. But you said you really just learned how to cook by I am in my kitchen. You should see how I cook in my kitchen. By just like practicing and trying things out.
Trial and error. So I really started enjoying cooking for my friends and hosting. And so I would just want to try new recipes all the time. So I would look things up. My dad's a great cook. but everyone was kind of surprised whenever I got into it.
I'm
so.
sure. My dad is an amazing cook too, and I don't know about you, but I get so nervous to cook around him or to even try to invite guests over. I'm like, well, they know my dad cooks so good, so it'll never be like that.
Yes.
Girl, you showed them. You proved them right. You proved them wrong, actually, not right. How can people order your meal preps and go check you out?
So we have, if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, every week I post a link for the meal preps that week. We change them up. We have a few options, and so you can kind of change it up every week. You don't have to eat the same boring thing all the time.
Okay, and so then we would just add some red onion, and are we done with this?
And then that's it.
Yum. Well, thank you so much for this protein-packed pasta. I'm not sharing, guys. Can you tell I'm hungry today? First I saw Justin, and now this. Ay, ay, ay.
I know.
Well, thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.